the Deepika controversy. So what has happened today, ladies and gentlemen, is that there was a promo. What this promo was all about, I'll let you know. Skill India promo has been removed. We're asking this question, is this a side effect of the visit to JNU, to the Jawaharlal Nehru University, where she did not speak much or did not speak at all, but her presence made quite a statement. The promo actually talked about Skill India pegged on her movie Chhapaak. So the Skill India ministry keeps doing this where there is cross promotion. The movie promotes a government initiative, and the government initiative in some ways promotes the movie. Sui Dhaga was one such example. The promo was supposed to be released on the 8th of January. We have learned from reliable sources that this promo was also circulated internally for release, but it never made it. Sui Dhaga was given a go-ahead, but Chhapaak was stopped. What is the rationale? What is the logic? Why is one movie given a go-ahead and the other stopped? We'll understand the government explanation also in just a short moment. So Deepika's Skill India promo, whether it has been removed or not, here is the defense from the government. They say that they were contacted by the Chhapaak production team. This is, of course, the NSDC, or the National Skill Development Corporation. The video was sent by Deepika's team. It was not a government promo. It was a promo which was sent by Deepika Padukone's team. The promo video was still being assessed. So obviously a government can't just put out a promo like this. It was still in a phase where the government was assessing whether to go ahead with it or not. Promo's release was never finalized according to the government. So this is what the government's defense is as far as Deepika's promo is concerned. So with this explanation, you can very well understand that the promo is not going to see the light of the day as far as the government is concerned. Now let's talk about what happened in India. And here is a larger point which is being raised about what all is happening and what is highlighted or what becomes of a controversy. So you had protests after protests in this country. Just look at that map, one after the other, university after university, college after college. That list just goes on as this map is going to populate. You can see that not one part of this country is left where a protest has not happened, either for or against the Citizenship Amendment Act. But what did the people who love controversy see? They saw the Free Kashmir poster. This became the controversy. Similarly, in JNU, of all the protests, dialogue has not been the focal point. Dialogue with the students has not been the focal point. The focal point is whether Deepika should have gone or not. So where do the priorities at this moment of the dispensation lie? Now let's take a look at these two arguments, respect versus promotion. Respect for cause. Without saying a word, Deepika clearly showed which side she was on. This is, of course, the view of all those who support her. JNU visit 2 days before the film release. Not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. This is what the people who believe that this is a publicity stunt, that's what they have to say. Now, what does the cause side say? They say, as producer of film, she stands to lose a lot more from the backlash. See, this movie's production is not the only thing. Deepika will have a life beyond Chhapaak also. So she has put her neck on the line. She has put a lot at stake. But what does the other side say? They say film is also about a cause. The two causes are dovetailed. That's the point that people are making who feel that this is nothing but a publicity stunt. But let's now quickly take you through all those people who chose to speak in Bollywood amid what we are calling is Khamoshi, the silence in Bollywood. So these are the stars who have spoken up. Deepika Padukone most recently, Sushant Singh, Zishan Ayub, Swara Bhaskar, Shabana Azmi, Anurag Kashyap and Vishal Bharadwaj. But then here is the star cast for Khamoshi, the silence. 27 days since protests and still no word. Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Salman Khan, Saif Ali Khan, Karan Johar and Priyanka Chopra. These are what Bollywood calls the A-listers who are yet to speak. No disrespect for those who have spoken, but these haven't. They hold incredible amount of sway. They can tilt per public opinion. They have not taken position either way. Now, whether they should or not is another debate altogether. But should stars take a political stand? The point that I was making. Stars' responsibility, is it only to promote brands and not causes? That is one argument that is often placed. That should they only promote brands, or in that case, if a cause becomes a brand, should they promote that? Why should stars speak on things outside their domain? Now, these are questions that we are going to ask of our guests also. Why should they speak? Why should it be incumbent on a star to take a position on an issue he is not comfortable speaking on? Considering their influence, and this is a counter argument, shouldn't stars guide public opinion, read up, and then shape public opinion? For instance, CAA, it's the biggest story. It affects so many lives. Pro or against or neutral, at least speak up. That's one of the arguments. Taking a political stand is a risk. Why should stars put their career on the line? The flip side of the argument. So a lot of these points are a matter of public discourse as of this moment. We have just collated what we have read, what we have heard from people on the streets, from drawing room conversations. Now let's quickly tell you how internationally or Hollywood speaks up. It seems that there is no khamoshi in Hollywood. They've all spoken against Trump. You've got Robert De Niro, who said that we are at a crisis with this fool. Strong words, so that's certainly not khamoshi for you. Then let's quickly roll the... Meryl Streep, I mean, everybody knows her opinion. She's opinionated and very openly so. Let's quickly go back to Meryl Streep. I could not read. Meryl Streep, please. Yes, when the powerful bully, we all lose. Very powerful statement. Next, please. So you can see that George Clooney says, clear how he's incapable of being president. Then you've got Mia Farrow, who says, cognitively impaired. Lots of these statements that are being made by Hollywood. And before we end and begin our discussion, I want to quickly tell you what the government has said. So that list is ongoing. So you have the government, which basically says on the Deepika controversy, it's important to tell you what the government is also saying. They say this is a democracy, be it an artist or a common man, they can go anywhere they want, he or she can voice their opinions. That is the government's position, or let's just say the position of Prakash Javadekar, who's a reasonable man, who comes across as a reasonable minister. That's the statement that he has made. Now I want to quickly, before I kickstart the discussion, show you the Twitter followers of the big celebrities who have not spoken so far. Amitabh Bachchan is at 39.7 million followers. Shah Rukh Khan is at 39.6 million followers. Salman Khan is at 38.8 million followers. Amir Khan is at 25.4 million followers. Collectively, they have so many followers that I can never even dream of reaching there. Forget about 25.4 million. I don't know whether I'll reach 25.4, but collectively, there is radio silence from all of them. Let me introduce my guests for the first discussion. Shubhrasta is a political analyst and Fawzia Arshi is a film director. Thank you so much to the two of you. Let's kickstart this discussion with you, Fawzia. Where do you stand on this issue? I mean, which side are you on?
Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate every person in India who is speaking his heart, and they have come forward on the road since 27 days and they are speaking up. I am not saying what they are speaking up is right, wrong, falana, dimkana, that's another thing. The thing is this, the country is united, the country is speaking up. I'm really relaxed. I will not say happy, but I'm relaxed that India is alive, number one. Number two, the government is not really answering. They're not conversation. There's no conversation between government and these students. Because there is no room for revenge in democracy. If Deepika's Skill India promo is removed, that shows that there's some kind of a revenge, you know, if I read between the lines.
What do you make of the explanation? The government has an explanation. They've explained. I mean, it cannot be incumbent on a government to accept any promo. They have the right, they reserve the right to drop whatever they want.
But do you think that if a film star will go and do something which is not liked by the government will be taken up this way? I personally feel
that a government will love endorsement from a cine star. Shubhrasta.
Yes.
This is a government that
course.
loves to dovetail causes with cinema. We have seen so many movies about government schemes. We have seen some movies that are critical of the previous regime also. So obviously this government loves to flirt with the idea of cinema promoting their cause. So obviously if in this case, a Deepika Padukone stood silent but just went to JNU, and then subsequently had there been a promo released by the Skill Development Ministry, it would have been embarrassing. Do you think the government has saved that embarrassment by dropping the promo?
No, Sanketji, I think there are too many assumptions that we are making here, and we are giving precedence to one side of an opinion, I think, which is not unfair. If one were to believe that the allegations made against the government on dropping, supposedly dropping Deepika Padukone from promoting her film is something that should be discussed, then I don't think why the government's explanation should not be given a leeway too. There was a very crass language used on your show right now, which said the government is out there to seek revenge. Now, I want to understand from Fauzia herself that just as film stars can choose not to speak and to speak on issues according to their choice, should a democratically elected government not have processes in place which can decide whether they want to allow certain promotions to happen or not? Please remember, this conversation, especially if we are bringing a conversation on Deepika Padukone right now.
No, one moment, one by one. My question first to Shubhrasta. Then if the government has the right, then people also have the right to question. Why was the promo dropped?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People have a right to question why the promo was dropped. The government has an explanation to give that the processes have not yet been finalized, and people are there to judge which explanation and which allegation is more credible. Sanket ji, please remember, at the beginning of the show, you said that every part of the country is up in protest. Let me remind you, there are 4,000 colleges in India. If you are making a statement like that, then I would urge a responsible media house like NDTV to generate a heat map and show how many colleges are out there in protest. And within the college campus itself, are the students divided or they are speaking unanimously against the fee hike?
I said this,
Please
I
remember,
said this
we are
at the very
conflating
beginning.
three issues together.
Shubhrasta, I said this at the very beginning that there are protests pro and against across the country. I was very, very conscious in making that statement. So these protests are pro and against the CAA in various universities.
Yes.
But conveniently there was a section that
Sanketji, I
chose a
just
free
want to
Kashmir
add.
protest. Yeah.
Yes, I just want to add that there are also students who do not want to participate either in a pro-CAA or a anti-CAA protest, or they don't want to participate in a fee hike, either pro or anti. They just want to go to the libraries and study. They just wanted to register for their exams as it happened in JNU. Go on with business as usual. I'm sorry, but none of the voices are being, I mean, no student
let me ask this question.
those
One moment.
voices on any television channel right now.
Fauzia, very quickly, I want to reply. Why should it be incumbent on a cinema star, a cricketer, or people at large to react? What if I choose not to react? What if I have a mixed feeling, but I'm not confident enough to know whether I should be expressing this concern or not? Of course, there are a few obvious cases. If someone has been beaten up with rods, that is condemnable. But otherwise, on a complicated issue like CAA, should we give the liberty to cinema stars and all and sundry to keep quiet? Should it be acceptable?
No, see, I will say one thing here very strongly. Stars are not made by any political party or any government. They are made by the people, the innocent public of the people of the country. So it's the right of the public, it's the right of the country to look upon these stars, to say something, either negative or positive, whatever. They should not keep silence. Maybe, like I'm giving such statements, such a bold statement, these actors would not like to work with me. I don't care. That's fine, because I love my country more rather than anything else.
I think we have to say that at a time when we feel that democracy is endangered, I have an opinion here, if I may. that this is the best time for democracy, where everybody is speaking, everyone's opinionated and quite strongly.
Yes.
Not politely,
Yes.
strongly. Thank you so much, Shubhrasta, as well as
Yes.
Fauzia, for joining us on discussion number 1.